time for the most motivational segment on sports. Also time where we read some viewer mail. And I was in the chat yesterday, and chat was like, hey, Wilds, I said, yeah, chat? Are you still going to do the letters now that you're digital? I said, yeah, chat. Still doing the real letters. Christina, what?
When you say you were in the chat, what do you mean?
I don't know.
And who's talking to you?
The chat.
But who is the chat?
My friends.
Or is it like the comment section?
Gianna, what do I mean
Is
exactly?
it the Reddit group that you, Brou, did you know he goes to the
Reddit?
First Things First Reddit?
I have gone on the First Things First Reddit.
Really?
Wow.
And left comments?
No, I'm not even commenting.
No, but
You have
only on his burner
So
account.
I don't want to interrupt the letter, just real
letter.
quick. Wilds brings up the First Things First Reddit to me today. And it's like, do you go on there? And I'm like, I've never been.
I didn't
And then
even
he
know he-
stops and he's like, you probably shouldn't. I'm like, whoa!
It's a little rough.
That makes it curious. Now he's curious.
It's a little rough in there.
I would say don't go on
But
it.
they love the show. That's the problem. I was telling Nick, they love the show.
If they love it, then it would seem to be.
No,
So
it's
again,
like a
Brou-
stranger making fun of you and like a family member making fun of you. Like, dang, that one hurt. Time for the letter. Dear Wilds, love the show and I love gaming. Oh, the kids love gaming nowadays. Their controllers.
AJ Brown.
Is Must Win 25, the video game version of Must Win, available on all platforms?
Look.
I talked to Dusty. Dusty said, oh, thanks, Ryan and Brian. Dusty said right now it's a PS5 exclusive because it's too powerful to run on a Switch.
Yeah.
But we do have another game coming out, the Bud List video game, and
exciting.
Dusty's developing this.
Oh, really?
You have 6 different characters that you can choose from.
Wow.
What is
Yeah.
the
Why
middle
would
one?
you choose for the one in the hospital, Brett? That's
Different
Bruto.
adventure.
That's
I
one
want
of his
the middle
favorites.
one. He
Bruto,
looks
we
tough.
need to bring Bruto back, Coach.
Yeah.
They all wanted to get rid of Bruto.
I like Bruto.
I like MVP, bro. It's all different adventures you
That's
could
nice. What's that they say, the Brouniverse? Brouniverse?
I don't know, chat. What do we call it?
I want to pre-order that.
It's the Bruuniverse.
Oh, the Brew CU.
Brouniverse?
Yeah.
It's a Marvel thing.
The Broussard. Go ahead.
Well,
Brou.
speaking of the Brouniverse, one of the main characters is at number 3. Brock Purdy.
Wow.
All right, Brock, to hear some tell it,
What?
you got your backup, Mac Jones, has the Niners atop Knicks tiers, when in actuality, they've lost 3 of their last 5 games, okay? To hear some tell it, your backup is in the MVP conversation.
No one's saying that.
When in actuality,
No one is.
7 touchdowns, 5 picks his last 5 games. I know. They're just coming at you. They are going for your throat, but you can't let it get to you. If you play this week, you're in your home state, Arizona. You gotta know Mac Jones has been good, and I think you guys are probably friendly, and it's good. He's done what a backup should. Keep the team afloat.
That's right.
But he ain't you. You are Brock Purdy. Look at this graphic. You have the most 2 touchdown, 115 or more passer ratings in the first 3 seasons of your career in history. More than the great Patrick Mahomes. I know Mahomes didn't play his first year, but you only started 5 games your rookie year. All right, so it's not that much of a difference.
No.
Russell Wilson also in there, maybe, I don't know, close to a Hall of Famer at least at one point. And so you got to remember who you are. You are Brock Purdy. You lead. You are the franchise record holder in passing yards for a single season, in passer rating for a single season, and in the stat that Nick Wright thinks is the most important for quarterbacks, yards per attempt for a single season.
Told you that.
So go out there in Arizona, like I said, your home state, walk out there with some swagger and get it done and let everybody know Mac was great. I'm glad for him, but this is my team. Brock, I believe in you. All right, at number 2, another guy, J-Lo.
Oh.
Jordan Love. J-Lo, the critics are out, and their knives are sharpened. They are coming for you. They are saying you are the reason that the Packers will not get to the Super Bowl. You are the weak link, and I don't think you're the weak link, but right now they have some good points. Last 2 weeks, no touchdown passes, 1 interception. That's only 1, but still no touchdown passes. You've been beaten 3 times by teams that did not score 17 points. That just can't happen. So you have to get out here against the Giants. You got the right opponent to go out there and cook, get your confidence back, and get this team, which has Super Bowl potential, rolling again. Jordan, I believe in you. J-Lo. In fact, J-Lo, I've said sometimes you're J-No. This week, you got to go from J-Lo to J-Oh! Oh my! To J-Oh my! At number 1! Wow. At number 1!
That worked somehow.
Let me find number 1. Bo Nix!
Oh, boy.
Nick, I hate to do this, because you know the Bud list is 9-0, Coach, over the last 3 weeks.
Pretty good.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, it really is pretty impressive. So we'll see what happens with Bo Nix. But, Bo, you're getting booed at home. I know that is not a good feeling. But what you have to recognize is, look, this week, people look at your numbers. They see you, I think 27th in passer rating, something like that. You're really low in a lot of the numbers. So maybe the booing's fair. You've not put up a lot of points in many games this season. But you have to recognize this week is good for you, because nobody cares about the numbers individually. Nobody cares about style points. Nobody cares about how many points you guys put up. Just win, baby. If you win 10-7, you win 7-3, whatever, you win 15-14, you will go from being booed to being praised, because the Broncos are 1-13 against the mighty Patrick Mahomes. So if you go out there and get a win, you will put all of that behind you to rest. People will be talking about you guys as Super Bowl contenders, and they'll get off of your back. All right, so you go out there, play a strong game. It'll be tough, no doubt. But your defense has your back, so you got to give them some support and play like you did last year, which was pretty good, especially at the end of the season. So, Bo Nix, good luck.
That's a great Bud list.
Great.
Look, love the segment. Love the way you workshop stuff. Every week it's more incredible than the last. I'm going to put someone on the Bud list that may surprise you, Sam Darnold. Oh. And I know what you're thinking. He's been playing great. He has been playing great, and he's been playing great in one particular area, and that's passes over 10 yards. Take a look at these numbers. Really incredible all season. So completion percentage, pass yards, pass TDs, passer rating, all really good. And I want to show you a play against the Cardinals that really that reinforces this even more and shows you the type of year that he's been having up to this point. So let's go ahead and show this. This is the first drive against the Cardinals. And what they're going to do is they're going to run hard sell play action with max protection. Okay, so the back's going to start working to the right, and then Sam Darnold's going to come out. He's going to fake it, and he's going to roll to his left. And he does now with the max protection, it's the 5 offensive linemen, the 2 tight ends, and the back. So it's going to end up only being a 2-man route. And you're going to see when Sam comes out here, he does a really good job of extending his hand out and getting these guys to come up the field. You got a 2-man route, so Shaheed, he's going to run it over, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba, these are off corners, so he's going to push vertically up the field. Then he's going to go out to get the corner to squat down, and then he's going to push back up the field. Now, what the Cardinals are going to do is they're bringing some pressure. The fake is so good by Darnold, they actually bring more guys than they wanted to, and they're in a 3-deep zone, which should be really good against a deep ball. And the Cardinals are one of the better teams against the deep ball in the league. What's really interesting with Seattle is they're rolling him to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. You don't usually roll guys to the left on these type of routes unless they're really strong. In Jigma, you can see him push up when he breaks out. Now he's even with the corner. Darnold's getting ready to throw, even though he's not on top of the corner yet, but he's got faith that he's going to get on top of the corner. So he frees the corner. Watch this throw. Now here's the important part. He's outside the numbers, and Jigba's outside the numbers. So the free safety, he's the only guy that can really come make this play once he gets on top of the corners. Watch the way that Sam Darnold leads him away from the free safety. Free safety on a good break can get to the bottom of the numbers, maybe a little bit wider. Watch the way he leads him away on top of the corner and drops it in the bucket. And there's been a bunch of throws like this all season. So you're saying, well, why is he on the bud list? He's done a great job for Seattle. He's done a great job last season. But what's the issue? It's big moments. He had the big moment at the end of the season to win the division. He couldn't do it. He had the big moment in the playoff. He couldn't do it. And right now, this is a big moment. And the question is, can he be the quarterback that the projection or the trajectory is pushing forward? Or are we going to come back at the end of the week or end of the weekend and say, okay, he's that same old Sam Darnold?
Excellent, coach. I mean, that's why he was on the almost on the bud list. He was in strong consideration because I agree. This is last year, end of the year, the big games. He went back to kind of the.
And yesterday, you showed me a very similar film breakdown that you had done when you were considering him for the bud list. Like not as many bells as whistles, but the same type of thing.
Can I ask, before we get to one of the hottest segments in all of sports, the Sports Media Ombudsman, can I ask Coach a quick question? Knowing that play looked very nuanced and detail-oriented, not a lot of margin for error. Once the pressure ratchets up, should the play calling maybe get a little bit easier for Sam Darnold? So we know that he can get a little bit nervous, let's say, and like, oh, now you have to make this perfect pass 50 yards down the field?
You know, that play, they give him 8 backs protection. They give him play action, so it sucks the linebackers up. It really, and then you've got your best receiver, who's one of the best receivers in the league, isolated on a cornerback. It shouldn't be that complicated a play for him. I think it's all the other aspects of the game that suddenly, when the pressure's on, guys sometimes just get so tense that their focus goes from way out here, which is where he is now, to this narrow focus, and everything becomes critical.
And that playoff game you're talking about where he didn't play well was against the Rams. I know he's on a different team, but it's against
Haley Joel Osment mode.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he
goes.
does.
It's time now. You're in for a real treat. It is time now for a segment unlike anything else on sports TV, really in sports media in general, surveying all of media, going through it all, and serving it up to you. It's another edition of the Sports Media Ombudsman with Nick Wright.
Thank you. So that's the greatest trade I ever made in my life. I don't know, Coach, I don't know if you're aware, but I traded him the Royal Trumpeteers, and one of the things I got in return was him really putting his all into the intro
held up your end
of the
bargain.
Sports Media Ombudsman.
Great job.
All right, before I reveal who's on this week's Sports Media Ombudsman, I want to talk about Brou and myself just for a moment, because we have everybody has outside interests, right? And they sometimes pop up on the show, but we have other outlets for them. So Brou, if people don't know, intense man of faith, as I always get it wrong, the King Conference? The King Movement, and you do a lot of public speaking. And about a couple times a month, I get a DM'd Instagram video from my wife of Brou giving some speech like, you need to watch this. I'm like, calm down. But, however...
Just 3 in the morning in a poker room. What is this about vices?
And so while Brou will occasionally reference the good book on the show, it's mostly there. As Wild's referenced, I fancy myself a bit of an amateur professional poker player, and while I will occasionally try to make a poker analogy on the show, it doesn't go all that well, and I try to keep it separate. So that brings us to Kevin Wildes, who doesn't really have a bunch of hobbies.
What are you talking about?
You're
all sorts of stuff.
You ride your bike in your unitard, but aside from that, you don't have a bunch of hobbies. And so you've really thrown yourself into your Patriots, which I understand you feel is germane to the show. But the Eagles are germane to the show, yet our producer Dusty, when he started really trying to force feed us Brandon Graham news last year, we had to tell him pump the brakes.
Still do. It pops up in the rundown.
And so I fear, so I have to put Kevin Wildes on the bud list because I fear we are reaching a tipping point with KW and some of the Patriots stuff. So here's the deal, Brou. You don't follow KW on social media, but if you did, you would see like today on his Instagram. It's It's just Mike Vrabel talking to his
that's true,
players.
though. That's
and
my
he
personal
writes,
Instagram.
This team is special, and the rest of the
Coach,
NFL is slowly realizing
Coach,
it. Hold on.
After the game,
He's
giving
talking
guys,
to his players.
He's saying, I love you. And they're like, I love you too.
Yeah, okay.
It's amazing stuff happening
So there's
in the
that.
locker room.
And then he tweeted this 2 days ago.
Is this real?
Yeah.
That is true. It's a good story.
It's like Drake May is an algorithm that knows exactly what Patriots fans love to hear. And this was about Drake May wanting to practice outside. And then, and Brou can attest to this, he then, during our morning meeting, was like, guys, we have to do the Patriots practicing outside story. And I quote, everyone's going crazy about it.
That's true.
So I was so happy, Brou, when I saw Wilds has a few new followers on Twitter as of yesterday.
That's because
WEEI and the program director at WEEI, Ken Laird, started following Wilds. Now I know you historically, you're a Felger guy. He's on the Sports Hub.
I met Felger and I like
Yes. So whether it's Felger and Maz at the Sports Hub or Greg Hill on WEEI, I beg of you, somebody offer Wilds a 10-minute weekly spot to talk about these Patriot things
the problem.
that don't quite make the show.
Well, I appreciate you reaching your tentacles out to local radio like you normally do. I don't think I'd be good at radio.
Well,
More of like, the reason I was going to do the outdoor story, because like, hey, should we practice indoors or outdoors? My whole thing is we got a door on the set. I was going to bust through the door. Everyone was going to have a blast. We ended up talking about, can Josh Allen do it? It was nothing.
Kevin nailed the doorstep to destiny.
He absolutely did.
Before anything
it was
came up.
nailed that.
He
Coach,
nailed
it was literally a story about going indoors or outdoors. And he bumped it from the show. He told me to do it on radio. So I'm going to go on radio, and I'm like, I'm here. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm behind a door that we bought. I'm putting Matthew Stafford.
Really?
Yeah, on the bud
Everybody's
list.
All-American?
So here's the thing, and I don't know if I'm going to put anybody on the spot. Does anybody have like little carve-outs in their personal life? Like you're like, you know what? I don't like seafood, but I love oysters or something. You know what I mean? I always think that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I was sitting here trying to go through it, and I couldn't come up with one. Do you have one?
you're kind of putting me on the spot.
I am.
I don't know.
Anyways, think about it for the rest of the segment. Everybody, think about it if you have an interesting carve-out. I don't like horror movies, but I
loved
movie.
The Exorcist.
Something like you love
that.
The Exorcist.
No, I'm
What
just.
the heck, Brou is right here. My goodness, I'm sorry, bro. I love The Exorcist. My
Jesus,
gosh.
man.
All right. I'm a quarterback wins guy. All right. Matthew Stafford, 115 and 115 and 1 going into the Seahawks game. This is a huge game for him. If he loses this game, through 132 games, the guy is below 500, which just seems nuts. At the same time, my carve-out is I do think he's an excellent quarterback. But he needs to win this game because I would like to not have that carve-out, just like all excellent quarterbacks are above 500 in the career. You also talked about him getting a chance if he wins this game. Maybe he wins the MVP.
And then he's in the Hall of Fame.
If he wins the MVP, he's in the Hall of Fame. Now, this is a very important game. So is it MVP's on the line, Hall of Fame is on the line, my quarterback wins, theory on the line. If he loses this game, he's out of the Hall of Fame, he doesn't win the MVP, and he's not even a winning quarterback. It's a monster game for Matthew Stafford, and I have one more stat to add a little bit of statistical oomph to the segment as you guys think of your own personal carve-outs. First in passing yards, first in 20-yard completions, first in touchdowns, fourth in pass rating. We know that Drake May is going to light up the Jets tonight. So if he loses MVP, Drake May is going to snatch it. So it's a big game. That's why Matthew Stafford's on the bud list.
Good stuff. Good.
Well, I don't know if that was good or not.
That was good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
He does have a lot on him.
I'm thinking about my carve-out.
What's your carve-out?
I don't know.
I stopped listening
know
too.
if
I
I
was
have
trying to
a
think of the same thing.
No one's got a carve-out?
I don't know if you
That's
described it that well.
I thought it was good.
Kinda like
Dusty,
one,
we gotta
you don't like
bring back
the group, but you
Brou.
like one part.
Stop fighting it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.